You're watching KLTX, Channel 15, serving the city of Lufkin.
Today on City Hall Update, getting around Lufkin just got easier thanks to new transit changes heading our way. From new bus stops to better bus routes and more, we're taking a look at what these upgrades will mean for you. The Angelyn Community Theater is ushering in its third season. We take you behind the curtain for a glimpse at this season's performances. And the Pittsburgh Garrison Convention Center went to the dogs and cats as the Kurth Memorial Animal Adoption and Services Center held its 4th annual Boots, Best Buddies, and Barbecue Gala. We'll take you there coming up. The 4th annual Boots, Best Buddies, and Barbecue proved to be a howling good time for animal enthusiasts who turned out to support the Kurth Memorial Animal Adoption Services Center's annual fundraiser. The fun took place March 3rd at the Pittsburgh Garrison Civic Center. Guests enjoyed great food, live music, and a chance to win some fantastic prizes donated by area businesses.
We're very excited. This was the largest event that the fundraisers we've ever had. We're very excited. The outpouring of the community was phenomenal, from supply donors to bakery donors to just individuals showing up. We were able to do well. We would be able to help some more dogs and cats, because this is the ultimate goal of this fundraiser, is to create, number one, awareness about the shelter itself, and to raise money for the vetting fund. And the vetting fund was created several years ago when we noticed that animals that came into the shelter that were sick or they were injured, and we're talking about our city's shelter, that their chances of survival were minimal because we just did not have the funds to meet their medical needs for them to become adoptable. So the staff and the volunteers decided, what could we do? So we really brainstormed about this, and we knew that if we could create an event where people could actually join together, have fun, and at the same time raise funds for these animals, that we felt like it was something that would be a positive event and that maybe they would keep coming back. And we've been happy to report we've been successful in that, because every year it has gotten bigger. And this year we were able to raise more money than we ever have before. Thank you, Lufkin. And we're really excited about what we can do in the future as far as Boots. We want it to continue. We want it to grow every year. We're bringing in more people to give us better ideas, because we're always open for growth. We're just volunteers. We're not professional fundraisers. So we're opening up to other people that are more learned in this, and they're going to help lead us forward in this as well. But we're really excited. The vetting fund will have some more money to help these animals that are coming in there, and lives are saved. We've had so many come in there that were, it can range from ear mites to embedded collars. Some have come in that have been shot. Just a variety of different animals that this shelter sees. And the vetting fund, after it was created, has been able to save their lives. And they've gone on to have happy lives. And, they just deserve that chance, because these dogs and cats were dealt a bad hand. Some dogs get lucky, some cats get lucky. And all their life they've known love, nurture. They've had a wonderful home environment. They've never known anything different. But these dogs, for whatever reason, and these cats, this is the hand they were dealt. And so we felt like it is our God-given responsibility to do what we can to speak for them, to aid them, and just to give them that chance that these other animals have. So therein lies the reason for the Boots, Best Buddies, and Barbecue, and any fundraiser that we do in the future which promotes this fund. So we're happy about this last event. It was very, very productive, and we hope to go forward in the future with many more. And in the summertime, we will, in coordination with Night Owls, the Clear the Shelter event, we will have another adoption event there and a fundraiser there, although it's not as large as our dance. We invite the public, please come to Kurth, 1901 Hill Street. Please consider adopting before buying. Walk and look and see what is there. Maybe they're not always purebred dogs, although we do get them in. Maybe they're not always. But they have the same heart. They have the same devotion. They have the same love to offer anybody that any other dog would have. We would hope Lufkin would first look at Kurth Animal Services and Adoption Center on Hill Street for you to find your new best friend.
Now, the money raised goes to the shelter's vetting fund, which helps save the lives of injured animals who are awaiting adoption. If you missed the gala but still want to contribute to the cause, the shelter offers many opportunities to help these homeless animals. Volunteers are always needed at the shelter, from walking and playing with the dogs and cats to helping with various chores around the shelter. There is a job for you. Each day, rain or shine, the city's transit system moves hundreds of people to their desired destinations throughout Lufkin and Diboll. The 2017-2018 Leadership Lufkin class is hoping to make that travel experience a little easier with the construction of covered bus stops. Each year, the Leadership Lufkin class is given the task of completing a project which aims to add something lasting and impactful to the community. This 36th Leadership Lufkin class has chosen to construct covered benches located at two of Lufkin's busiest public bus stops, Pilgrim's Pride and Angelina College. Now, these covered benches will give travelers a comfortable place to sit while providing shelter from rain and the hot summer sun.
This project has been one I think that they've been talking about for a while in the Leadership Lufkin team, and we're just excited here at Angelina College to really partner with them and provide a service, a place for our students, the community members, to wait for transportation needs that they have access to throughout the community, throughout the city. It just goes to the strength of the community and the leaders in the Lufkin community, fulfilling a need for not only our Angelina College students, but the community members as well. I know they're doing one here as well as at Pilgrim's Pride, but it really does mean a lot to Angelina College. Dr. Simon, our president, and the board of directors are really, really excited about the opportunity and the project that Leadership Lufkin's taken on, and we're looking forward to our students benefiting from the covered area to wait for the transportation services.
Leadership Lufkin is a 9-month-long program designed to identify and educate the existing and potential leaders of Lufkin and Angelina County. Each month, the class meets and spends the day exploring different aspects of our community, such as healthcare, education, law enforcement, and more. Through this program, participants are able to network with local businesses, learn about the community, and find where best they can use their skills to be a positive leader for Lufkin. Leadership Lufkin is a project of the Lufkin Angelina County Chamber of Commerce. I would like to welcome Jo Penn. She is a Marketing Communications Director for Brazos Transit System to the show, and she's going to give us some great news about some updated bus routes for the city. And as you know, hundreds of people every day rely on Brazos Transit to get to where they need to go within the city. And I remember when this program first came about a long time ago, and it's crazy how it's grown, and it truly is a need in our city. Mm-hmm. So tell me about your new bus routes.
Okay, so last week the City Council approved our proposed changes to these routes. And in Lufkin we have two different routes, a blue route and a purple route. And our blue route will now service the Gaslight District, or the medical district along Gaslight. And our purple route will now go right in front of the doors of HEB. And this was a combined effort. So we worked with different city officials, we worked with Trent Ashby's office, and we worked with Robert Schenkel with Impact Lufkin, and together we came up with the new route system, and we think it's going to be really beneficial and it'll really help a lot of people.
So these are additions. So before they didn't go to these areas, is that what you're saying?
Correct. Okay. We did service these areas through a different service that we offer, but with our fixed route systems, we did not go down Gaslight or in front of HEB.
Okay, and that's great because so many people are trying to go into the medical area and get around. Just tell me how it works. For somebody saying that they want to go to Gaslight Boulevard, how do they start? What's the process?
Okay, so our fixed route systems go the same path every hour. And if you want to board our routes, you get somewhere where along one of those routes and simply just stop and kind of wave your hand. We are developing bus stops to help those that want to go meet at a certain area. But right now, you just kind of get on our fixed route system and just kind of stop and wave your hand, and the bus stops for you. The fixed routes are $1.50 for one way, so it's $3 for round trip. And if you are looking for a bus stop or a place to board, we do have a new mobile app. And that mobile app can actually, you can view live maps, you can view your bus location. So if you're not sure where the bus is along that route, you can check your mobile app and it'll actually pinpoint where that bus is along the route. So you know exactly where it is and you know exactly where to board.
How many transit buses do you have running?
Two.
Do you have two? Okay, two.
One
throughout
per
the
each
day.
route.
Yeah. Actually, when I came into work this morning, I was beside one, and I did see it said healthcare on the back, on kind of on the graphics, talking about where it was. I guess where it's servicing. So I thought that was interesting, and that is such a real need. Like I said earlier, you know, people are always constantly going into the medical area and for a doctor's appointment, or or to visit loved ones or what have you, or to the pharmacy. And of course, HEB, is a very popular grocery store as well, and people got to go to the grocery store.
Yeah, and I would like to highlight our demand and response service. It's a service it's either for individuals who are disabled or non-disabled, and it doesn't have travel restrictions. So unlike the fixed route where it goes the same path every hour, demand and response service actually doesn't have travel restrictions. So as long as you're within our service area, and we do service the entire city of Lufkin, we can take you pretty much wherever you need to go. So if you want to go visit a friend, or if you need to go to work, or if you need to go to a medical appointment that isn't accessible through the fixed route, you can call us and we can schedule a ride and pick up and drop off location.
So can you find those fixed route, the map online as well?
Yes, ma'am.
And what is that website?
www.btd.org.
Okay. And doesn't the bus go beyond Lufkin? Does it go to Diboll?
Yes.
It does service Diboll. And where does it go in Diboll? Right in front of that Brookshire's? Or?
It accesses the Angelina College area, and then it goes through a little part of town in Diboll.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, Diboll's not that big, so because if you get to Diboll, you're good, right?
Right.
Okay, so if you would like to learn more about the Brazos Transit System and how you can take advantage of their service, you can go online and visit them. Tell me the website again.
www.btd.org.
Or you can download their app. And you can see in real time where the buses are located. And so that's very, very beneficial. And then, as we mentioned earlier in the show, the Leadership Lufkin class is taking on a new project, and that is to build some covered bus stops at Angelina College as well, a couple of locations, including Angelina College. So that's going to be great. It'll help you stay out of the weather with the rain now and the hot summer sun that's coming up this summer.
And the name of our mobile app is called Ride BTD.
Ride BTD. Okay, so check it out and take advantage of our local transit system. Joe, thank you for joining us.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me.
If you're looking for a fun evening out, there are many opportunities for live entertainment in the city of Lufkin. From the largest touring spectacles to the single local artist performing at a venue downtown, Lufkin has you pretty well covered. One homegrown troupe is dedicated to bringing the fun of theater to everyone in Lufkin. Let's take a look at the Angelina Community Theater.
We started several years ago, we being a group of like-minded individuals, some of us who were involved with theater through the school, some of us who had been involved in the community before when we had a playhouse then. We decided that we wanted to see community theater return to Lufkin. So we got busy and we applied for 501c3 tax exempt status so that we could raise money. Unfortunately, we applied about the time that the government shut down, and what should have been a 3-month process turned into almost a year. So a year and some later, in 2015, we began our first season. We did the play Dearly Departed, and it was so much fun. It was well received. We've done several things since then, and we try to involve the community, not just people who are acting, but we've done things and had a can drive for JD Center of Hope. We've had books donated for the same place. We've done things where we invited the school children to come and see an original play that highlighted Black history, done by our own Don Wilson Glenn, who is our president. But we try to do more than just provide entertainment. We want to also be responsible citizens.
Part of our theme with Angelina Community Theater is not only putting on quality theater for the community, but shows that people can afford. Not everybody can afford a $100, $150 ticket to a Broadway show direct from Broadway. Like some of the other theater, we have wonderful theaters here in East Texas, but not necessarily everybody can afford those ticket prices. And so we're committed at Angelina Community Theater to providing great shows at a great price every single time.
Well, I'm not from here. I'm originally from Jacksonville. So, and Jacksonville doesn't have a community theater, but Rusk does. So I've done many plays in Rusk at their community theater. And then when we moved here, I was like, oh, I want to get back because I loved it. I did it in high school, and I did it from the time I got out of high school till before I got married. Even when I was married, it was really hard trying to balance stay-at-home mom and this. And so when I was actually about to go audition for another play in Rusk, but this one popped up, and I was like, I'm doing it. I'm getting back into it. I miss it. It's like my second love, I guess you would say. It's what, being a stay-at-home mom and do all that, like you need a little bit, and this is my happy place on the stage.
Now in its third season, the Angelyn Community Theater is going strong and gearing up to put on another great show in April. But they do more than just shows. They also host other theater-related events for the community, from a kids' camp in the summer to an evening of one-act plays with local area schools.
We have had a phenomenal season opener, season 3. It's exciting for Angelina Community Theater right now. We sold out all of our shows for our season opener, the greatest Christmas pageant ever, and we are so excited to bring Still Magnolias to Lufkin, Texas, and continue to have our kids camp this summer that's coming up. We're going to be doing Little Mermaid Junior, which is going to be exciting for all of the kids that are going to be attending this summer's camp.
Kids at camp grew out of Camp Center Stage. We've had 28 to 30 children for 2 weeks in the summer, and they learn things about makeup and set design, and they actually go from auditioning to putting on a finished production in 2 weeks. We also did a thing with Piney Woods where we did the one-act play night, one-act plays. We got the local middle schools and high schools, which is something cool for the community because I don't think the community really realizes that one-act play exists. So it was a good thing for them to be able to see that.
We are also excited to offer community partnerships with Still Magnolias by reaching out to local business owners, beauty shops, anyone who would like to take part and sponsor this exciting time for Angelina Community Theater in Lufkin, Texas.
The upcoming show, Still Magnolias, was written in 1987 by Robert Harling and adapted for the big screen in 1989. And now it's going to be performed right here by our own Angelina Community Theater.
The show is, how many women? 6 women who are in Louisiana. Mother-daughter, neighbors. It all takes place in a beauty shop. The daughter is getting married at the beginning of the show and diabetic. In the process of the play, she learns that she will not be able to have children and keep her health. She goes ahead and gets pregnant anyway, and the play examines all the ways that this affects her mother, the neighbors who've watched her grow up. And it's funny, and it's sad, and it's poignant, and it's almost local because it actually takes place in Louisiana, right next door. So,
I am Anel. I am the new girl in town, the one who she comes in and she's very nervous, very shy, because kind of a history with her husband, or she doesn't know if he's her husband, don't know if it's legal. But in the play, you see her at first, she's really nervous and just, she doesn't know what she's doing with her life. And then you kind of see her progress to finding who she is. I mean, when you're around a group of ladies, like the group of ladies in here and the characters, you find yourself easier, but it's also harder because you go through stages like anyone in life, when you're super young and then you think you know everything and then like life gets you, that's Anel. But it's fun playing her because I get to play a scared, nervous, and I went crazy, and then I'm like, oh, well, I found myself, and then in the end, she really is who she is.
Steel Magnolias will be April 13th, 14th, including a Saturday afternoon matinee. We would also like to encourage any of our nursing homes or retirement communities that would like group pricing or would like to know more about the show and other shows that we have coming up for season 4 to go ahead and reach out to us.
The theater is a really good thing for kids, older people. Live theater, you never know what you're going to get. You can come one night and the next night it's something totally different. And you go to the movie, it's the same thing. Live theater, you just never know. And it's fun to, people, and some people are so scared to do it, they watch some people. I'm telling y'all, if you want to audition for a play, just do it. Get out of that shell and go.
If it's the comedy, if it's the drama, everything, just heighten it a little bit.
Now, for more information on how you can keep up or just get involved with the theater, visit them on their Facebook page. We'd like to welcome Bob Samford. He is the newest Economic Development Director for the City of Lufkin to our City Hall Update show, and Lauren Stacy, who is the Economic Development Specialist for the city as well. And together they make a dynamic duo as we try to bring in new industries, businesses to the East Texas area. Welcome to the show. And I know, Bob, that you have a long history with Temple Inland, 20 plus years. Yes. You have a lengthy resume on some of the things that you have done, and seems to be the perfect candidate for this role. But you've only been in it for what, a month?
1 month.
Okay.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So what have you found out so far in that month?
I have found out that I really love the city. I knew that always, but I also love the job. And I like the opportunity to be able to bring jobs to the city to help our young people in future generations. That really is something that we're focusing on, is bringing good quality jobs to Lufkin. And that's the most important thing that we're focused on right now.
Right, and I'd be remiss to say that you're coming in at a critical time.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of pressure on bringing in new businesses to the community. So, Lauren, you came in September, so you've been around for a few months to get your feet wet and understand where the city is and where the city needs to be going.
Yes, and so we've been working really hard. I came in September, and it was already a pretty fast-paced thing. Bob joined the team and we started sprinting. We've got some really good jobs, some cool prospects coming, but to work and figure out, okay, it's not just a wish list of, I'd like to have this company move here, but do we have the available site? Do we have infrastructure that's going to support all these extra jobs? And putting everything together, there's a lot that goes to it. Bob, knowing this area and knowing the movers and shakers here in Lufkin, and then also just his experience in Austin, his experience in DC, having connections and understanding how to have those conversations has really been helpful. He's brought a lot to the team, so I've enjoyed working with him.
So what is the first order of business for you?
Get jobs.
Okay.
That's what our number one goal is, Yana, is to have policies and procedures in place to be fair and consistent with all people that come to Lufkin looking for jobs. And what is our responsibility is to disseminate that information that they have, what they're looking for, what their job, the geographical location they want, and then put the right jobs in the right position. And that right position is Lufkin, Texas.
So how many calls do you get in a week of someone looking at Lufkin?
So that can vary. I mean, it runs hot and cold, it does. But what it's Lauren and I's challenge is to not sit and wait on the phone to ring, right, but make the phone ring. We're getting ready to implement some new and exciting, technologically advanced opportunities to reach out to prospective employers, not only in the East Texas region but worldwide. And we're getting those results. We're starting to see some phone calls and some visitors come in.
So you're looking for industries.
Absolutely.
Right. Retail's great, but you're really looking for the industry.
Retail is important. It's an important component of our society today, and that. But our main focus is the number one would be good quality paying jobs with benefits, full host of package, and that will stay in Lufkin.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so when you look at the unemployment rate for Lufkin, where is it in comparison to prior years?
So our unemployment rate is down, and that's like across the board as far as United States, Texas, and then Lufkin. But what's really neat, so recently there has been an announcement of GE, and it's sad, but what I think has been interesting and that I've learned in this position is that there really is always a silver lining. And so when industries are looking, they want to see, do you have workforce? So when we have, an unfortunate announcement, we now have something to target even more to say, hey, look, not only are we an awesome location, a hub in this 12-county region, but we've got workforce. We have workers that are trained and skilled and looking and wanting to live in Lufkin. So it's an okay thing that we have unemployed people because, you've got to have workers. And so that's something that we're using as a marketing tool to say, look, all these people just lost their job or will be soon, just found out about it. Come here, they're already trained, they're already skilled, they like being in Lufkin, now you come, you'll like it too.
So what are the greatest assets for the city of Lufkin?
The people, no doubt. Work ethic, quality of education, and just the location. Lufkin is a great place to live and to work. We have a lot of natural resources. Of course, we've got our pine trees, we've got water, and we've got Highway 59. Highway 59 is going to play a more important part as we go along. It's going to be eventually Interstate 69, and we're just so well positioned to take advantage of the growth of Houston coming up Highway 59.
And it is coming.
No doubt.
Drive to Houston, you see it every day.
Absolutely. Yep. And we have plans in place to capitalize on that as well.
Okay, so let's get down to the nitty-gritty, probably what everybody's wanting to know out there. What's coming to Lufkin? What can you tell us about?
It is exciting. It is exciting, and as you know, we will make those announcements in the right time. We are working with some candidates now that are definitely looking at Lufkin, but as you can understand, there's a lot of confidentiality issues involved, and we don't want to do anything that could jeopardize the jobs coming here. But I will tell you today and every day, Lauren and I are working as hard as we possibly can and as smart as we possibly can to ensure that we bring the jobs to Lufkin. There's a lot of competition, Yana.
Oh, I'm sure.
There's a lot of competition.
Anything that you can point to that you can reveal? Anything you can reveal that is coming? We
had recent wins.
What about, anything recent?
So recently we announced before in December, I think we announced American Echem. And so in the next 5 years, they will be expanding at a minimum of 25 jobs. And so that's wonderful news. This is an international company. Their only footprint in the United States is in Lufkin, Texas, and they chose to expand. There was a couple different options that they could leave Lufkin altogether. So not only are they expanding, but we retain them here. So we're really excited about that. And then Lockheed Martin was announced just early this month in March, and that is 125 jobs. So there we've got at minimum in the next 5 years we'll be expanding 150 positions, and it's good, like he was talking about earlier, quality jobs. We've got benefits, and it creates wealth. This is going to generate wealth within our city, whereas retail is wonderful, but that just kind of passes it back around. These jobs that we've been able to, in working with people, expand will be generating wealth here in Lufkin. So we're really excited about American Echem and Lockheed Martin and those victories.
Absolutely. Those are some big wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially to keep the company here as opposed to moving on and then expanding. Okay, well, some great things, and I know there are other great things on the horizon, but we can't talk about those today. But hopefully we can bring you back on the show when maybe some of those things come to fruition soon in our area, and we can learn more about those industries. So congratulations
Thank you.
on your new
I'm excited.
role. It's not often that you get to come on City Hall Update after 1 month of a job, and I get to grill you about what you're doing. So yes.
Exactly. No, we're really excited about the future of Lufkin, Texas, and we're glad to be here, and hopefully we will be back very soon with some very exciting news. So thanks for your
Look forward
time.
to those announcements, and Lauren, thank you for joining us as well, and good luck to you with your position with economic development. That's all for this edition of City Hall Update. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you will continue to watch for the latest news and information from Lufkin City Hall. I'm Yana Ogletree. Have a great day.